if you desire to meet your true love, that's a wish. That's a prayer. A prayer is not a psalm, it's not a text. It is the general state of feeling that you communicate to the universe, and you get a universal, non-judgmental response of that. So for me, personally, it's weird to say that. You know, in my experience personally, what other experience? In my experience, I know what I want. I know my own desire. I feel like this is how I feel in relation to my desire. I feel like, oh, her, you know? And this will be a universal response and make us come together in relation to me being true to myself and what I create, as to make a combination of something that is even more loving, because the universe is all love and expanding continuously, becoming more want to experience itself with greater pleasure, which is through you and through us together, naturally, of course, on course, great course. But it works all the time. It never fails. So if you're like, yeah, no, I want to meet my one true love, and she's fucking awesome, and like that. That's, if you are like that and you keep stating that, then like a man, then one day, maybe out in a bar or in the line waiting at the supermarket or whatever, you're gonna meet, hey motherfucker, yeah, you look great, man, you want to be my man. It's gonna be like that, because the universe is perfect. It's universal attraction based on whatever, non-judgmental, all accepting, all giving. So this is also, dear God, please save us. We are dying. We are starving. And it's just devastation and everything around us. I'm not trying to condescend. People experience terrible circumstances with war and domestic abuse and everything. But know that what you communicate with your general state of feeling is what you will receive a universal response of, making for your circumstances to be maintained in the energy and atmosphere that you irresponsibly send out. So when I have a feeling that I feel lonely, but not sorry, not angry, not in lack, defeat, or any kind of derogatory, condescending energy, which is negative, actually, then I need to get a greater understanding, not teach myself. And I don't need to find myself. I cannot find myself. To find yourself is chasing yourself. And to be yourself is to affirm yourself. This is who I am. This is what I have. And as you do this, you will come closer to what is not a rational thought in judgment in relation to you being a free spirit as a soul being having a human experience. And the closer you come to that, the closer you come to your true love connection, which is the greatest reward of all, the sweetest, the most warm, wonderful experience. But it also, because God, love, source, spirit is so good, that even though this is the greatest reward for real, it is also the spark that ignites everything else. So whatever you have dreamt of and desire and fantasized about, like, I want us to do this, becomes. And this is the universal love, just wishing to give as you is, authentic and true. And the question, which is the thought, which is the judgment, which is in relation to value, which can be positive or negative, is you thinking about it, not trusting, having faith in love. And love is God, which is just all giving. All giving. So there's no problem. The problem is not feeling deserving. And some people speak about finding and affirming your own worth, but you can't find your own worth, and you cannot affirm your own worth in relation to anything at all. Because as long as you do this, you have to do that from a point of contrast, which is questioning your own true authentic nature as a soul being having a human experience. And this makes for a fair and just experience, because you're not supposed to rendezvous and connect and meet the true, wonderful, sweet, magical love of your life, being a serial killer, or maybe not even being at the supermarket buying the groceries, and they go through a lot of groceries per day, sitting at the register, and they ask for you to turn the barcode facing you so they can bleep the groceries more efficiently. And also, when they ask you, would you like a receipt, sir? And you say just, nah. You can also say, no, thank you. No, thank you. So it begins there. Just, what is grace? What is gratitude? What is everything that affirms and connects with love in gratitude and humility within yourself at the most basic foundation, making you connect further, coming closer to what you truly desire. You cannot be, it's like courtesy, like simple courtesy, and not because I want to be a courteous person, because that's ego. I'm going to walk around and just be this ray of sunshine, because then I will, but you're fooling yourself. And this makes for, but I want other people to like me, and I want to appear like this, and I start to understand that if I behave like this, I will connect with my true love desire, which includes all of my dreams becoming. But you cannot fake it, because the mind thinks, it believes. But a thought is just a thought that we continue to think, that varies in value depending on how we feel and how we've eaten and slept and connected with other people. So it's dependable. in a contrast of context depending on a lot, which is life. So the general state of feeling is here. The mind cannot feel. The mind cannot feel at all. It's impossible for the mind to feel. If you would somehow be able to remove your heart, you would be a computer. And that computer, in that kind of perspective, would be able to effortlessly give you everything right away, because it's all energy. But even though that will happen, your heart will still be removed. So if the greatest love of your life, in that perspective, imagining this, will not feel, and the one you meet will be like that too. So it's two robots. The heart knows, and love knows, and God knows. And you need to confess, not to punish, but just to release what is holding you back, what is resistance. Because the heart is green, not red. The energy system from the root is red, orange, yellow, green, blue, violet, clear. And below red is darkness, but darkness is all the material colors combined, which is not black. It's just dark. We don't have to define it as dark blue or anything. It's non-conceptual. If you go out in space and you are in a spaceship which is safe to be in, with an environment that suits your human aspects of survival, but you have like a hole that you can stick your hand out, which is safe, whatever, and you just travel and you want to grab onto the darkness, it's forever. You cannot grab on to the darkness. And the light is the same. And if you take the light and put it through a prism, like water, you will see the 7 major keynotes of color, frequency, response. And if you take the earth and cut that in half, you will see that it's red, orange, yellow, green, blue, violet stratosphere, and then you have the sun. So it's all the same. What it's telling us, what it's telling me, is that my heart, in relation to what I state, say, express, and the general state of feeling, is simply non-judgmental, all free, saying everything is yours. You're worthy, no problem, you got it. But why isn't it here? Well, you gotta be green. You gotta show your true color, which is being harmonious in relation to yourself, releasing all the history, and coming together with you as love being. And when you do that, you don't mind so much, and you begin to appreciate whatever situation with like living, finances, and people around you, because you start to realize that all of this is just helping me to become more authentic in relation to myself. And then you actually do not develop as much in that sense. You do that with your own personal evolution, being the universe, light, source, God, self, soul. But it's more like a descension instead of ascension, because you calm down and you return home. And one of, I don't need to take credit, but I've never heard anybody say this, so I will be the first maybe. If you take water, water is clear. It's conscious, life-giving liquidity, which means equanimous. It does not judge, it just gives. And you take the bottom of the ocean with frustration, anger, guilt, shame, betrayal, sorrow, sadness, irritation, that's below the harmonious acceptance and appreciation. And that can be imagined as stirring up the bottom of the ocean, and sand comes up with materiality in the clarity of the all-giving, loving consciousness. And everything will be all right, and everything will be given to you as to understand yourself and actually develop into becoming your true, authentic love being, which is the sand eventually returning to the bottom of the ocean, and you're clear again. And this is also in relation to other people, which do not take responsibility as to give themselves what they truly desire in relation to misdeeds and all of this, which becomes your experience in relation to them, which is like a rubber band connected to the front of their heart. If they have gone against your will and done something wrong in relation to you, they have a connection in the front of the heart to the back of your heart. And that is a rubber band with resistance. And you try to walk ahead in life, you try to become more, you try to get closer to your true love, which starts with you, and then you connect with the one you are destined to be with. And that rubber band will get stretched and increase in resistance in relation to them, making it hard for you, especially parents and kids, but also other people. And that's why forgiveness and understanding is so important. People have done me wrong, I have done people wrong, we make mistakes, I come to a greater understanding, I see my part of things, and I forgive myself, but I still experience challenges in relation to other people behaving immature, holding on to their misdeed, making it all about me. And this is something that we can make into a world of love and make things happen in a beautiful way, more effortlessly, when we stop to think about other people and just take care and give ourselves what we seek but cannot find, but only need to return to home. And that's where the heart is. As to feel good. Feel good. Just feel good about who you are. And when you feel good about who you are, as who you is, as what you is, and that's what without an H, that's WATT, then it's just a frequency of harmonious balance in relation to the contrasting frequencies of a great positive excitement and a tremendous amount of fear, which is the highs and lows which educated morons call like bipolar and schizophrenia. Bipolarity is not being true to love. And then you yo-yo and oscillate between, I can see this in the future and I feel that it's possible. Nothing's gonna happen for me. My life is over. And then you oscillate between those. So you need to communicate and be official in relation to yourself. Otherwise this won't work. And this is not a demand. This is not a punishment. This is your self-correcting system. But I feel pain. Yeah, how else will you know? How else are you gonna create and actually have a relationship with yourself? Love is precious. We are supposed to cherish love. The greatest treasure for me, before her, is actually me. Because without me, I don't exist. So I need to be harmonious and have a good relationship with myself, which is true to love. And then I meet my one true love. Somebody who has a shitty relationship with themselves, being condescending and derogatory and blaming other people, can also meet somebody and they can also get pregnant and have kids. But you're not supposed to have kids. You're supposed to meet in love, having a relationship, feeling good about yourself, not judging, without inhibitions in relation to yourself, and dreaming of having a wonderful experience together with someone special for you. And then if you choose to, you can choose in a state of experience in relation to you having a good relationship with yourself and together, and feel like it would be so beautiful and wonderful to become a caregiving parent. You see, that's a totally different vibe. And from that foundation, the kids will be affirmed and acknowledged and appreciated naturally, authentically, not starting to question themselves. Because we say kids know, but everybody knows, because love knows and love we is. So as an example, a kid hearing their mother or father or both say, "I love you, son." And you can say that to both boys and girls. I can say that to a little girl. "I love you, son." And she will say, "I'm not a boy, I'm a girl." And I would say, "Yeah, but I didn't say S-O-N. I said S-U-N. So I can call you son, because that's what you is. Love." And as I capable, it's like I'm capable of saying that in congruence with what I actually feel as what I mean. Is just being true, as I'm true and authentic in my own feeling of what I say. The kid will not start to question themselves, because you see that a kid is not yet modeled after a sick society with pressure chasing the riches in all the wrong directions, which is forever a lie, as love is here and now. It's in no direction. As I said, you cannot find it if you search for it, because then you're chasing it. And love is just like, slow down and return to me, and I'm yours. It's a given love. It's free. It's for giving. You see? And the mind of the kid they're more free and open and then not judgmental. So they will have a cognition, which is the thought process in relation to all of this, not comprehending like where mom and dad comes from emotionally, how they affirm themselves. They say what they say, but I feel like something is off. This is what the kid experiences, but they cannot put it in words. But maybe we can teach them. And when we teach them this, we teach us and start behaving immature because they're the most mature. But then we develop in our cognition and we have demands and we compare and we compete and we start wars. And a war is a divorce between two parents. And it's two cities being in opposition, or two countries, or two worlds, or two universes, or two multiverses. It's all the same thing. I love the symbolism of a mountain and a rock, explained as a little pointy rock like this that I hold up to be in alignment with the horizon over there. And I say, look, it's like I'm holding a little mountain. It's like my thumb and my index finger is holding the mountain. But I can also look at a mountain in the distance and put my thumb and index finger to align with it and say, look, it's like I'm holding a little rock. That's the same thing. It's just perspective and a play of light absorption in relation to frequency response, which is not, it sounds technical and you don't have to think about, well, what's the color of this, and why is this 746 hertz, and what emotion is this in relation to the frequency response hertz definition, which we can dictate to be this exact feeling in relation to a human being's experience. That's impossible. That's impossible. Because it's a unique experience for you. And that unique experience for you is for your own greater good, bringing you home again, as to connect further with love, and a world of love is in effect, which is a positive thing. And this sums up this video. I feel I can talk about this however you want in relation to every kind of situation for anybody, even though I don't know shit about what you have been through in theory, as in logical structure of a conceptual explanation of my dad being this height and he worked and mom had a dress and we lived in my nationality and I have glasses, because it doesn't matter. Nothing matters like that. What's important is to affirm yourself as I am love, I'm light, I am truth. And then you start to go against what has been an expression becoming a subconscious impression, habitual motion being against you, which will cause tension in your body, as the system will be, hey, this is not what we're used to. Are you sure this is all right? Are you sure that this is what you want? Are you sure that this is good for you? And then you return to, yes, this is what I want. This is what I desire. And then you work with that and it becomes, I love you. Bye.